Look at My Hair allows to create and use multiple shape groups. This is very convenient, especially when designing complex figures. For example, you can have a shape group for the hair, one for the beard, one for the body hair, and so. In this case, I'm working on a simple sphere. As you import an object in Look at My Hair, you just have only one group, of course. And in this case, it's called shape group number 1. And well, I'm going to create only a little bit of guides here. Alright, this will do. So I'm going to create the guides. And now I'm going to create a second shape group. You see, it's changed. It's become shape group number 2. It's still showing up the follicles from the first group, but here, as you can see from the combo, I'm working on the second group. So I'm defining another set of guides. Alright, you see that first shape group guides are partially, well, they have a different color, so I cannot edit them right now. In this situation, I'm just working on the shape group number 2. So I just shape now the second group, and well, nothing spectacular here, just moving the hair so that they separate from the first group. And if I like, I can at any time revert to the first group and do some styling also there. Okay, so we are back on group 1. Let's enable hair density, sorry, hair preview, random length. Then we go on the second shape group again. Well, let's enable the hair preview also here, and let's choose also a different color for the preview. Alright, so here are my two shape groups. Let's get back a shape group number 1 because I want to show you the group property dialog. Just click this button here, and as you can see, for each group you can assign different properties, and these properties are the root and tip thickness, the variation of such width, the random variation percentage of such width. You can choose which shader to use. You can assign manually the colors for root, tip and specular, or choose a preset out of the available ones. And you can also give a different name to the group. So in this case I'm going to call this my group number 1, and I'm going to use a larger thickness for both root and tips. Okay, and well, let's choose also a terracotta color. So I'm going to apply these settings. I'm going to move to the second group, open the setup window again, and in this case I'm going to leave the hair just as they are. For what regards the thickness, I'm going to rename this group as my group number 2, and well, in this case I'm going to choose a green color, a very bright green color for both root and tip. I'm going to apply these settings. So now let's try to export this. Here is the export dialog. So as you can see, we have a label called shape group, and in fact in the combo we have listed both groups, and for each of those I can choose how many hair I want. So I'm going to leave those at the default of 10,000 hair, and I'm going to export. Okay, let's get back to Studio. So as you can see, we have our sphere with the guide hair attached to it, and let's try a moment to take a look at the Scene Explorer. So as you can see, we have a sphere Look at My Hair group, and here we have both the shape groups that we have been designing in Look at My Hair. Alright, so if I choose the first group, and I'm going to open the Surfaces panel, as you can see, we have the colors that we assigned to it, and this instead is the setup for the second shape group. If you recall, I gave a very bright green color. So let's try to render this just to show what happens. So I'm going to get a little bit closer. This is a very poor render, very low settings, so it's just to understand what is going on. As you can, if you remember, I gave the first shape group, which is the one with this orange color, a higher thickness, and in fact, as you can see, the hair are a little bit thicker than the second shape group. Okay, so this was the tutorial about the shape groups and the possibility to modify their properties.